So hi guys, I hope you are having fun today. So first of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for this great event. You to be here because you are the most important part of this event, and also the guys watching on previous Kio. It's a great opportunity for all of us because we have a weekend to talk, breathe and learn about gaming, which is something like a premiere in Moldova. I will pitch you today about developing games for brands and above all about the fact that it's possible to design games, develop games, have fun without being Rovio or Gameloft. So, my name is Riccardo. I was designed several years ago in Italy. And it came up that after a certain period of time I started working for non me lo preso. Andrei? Aici merge. Here is working, but it doesn't change. So it came up. It came up that I started working for a video game company, and I was internal producer there. Actually, I've been involved in a couple of big projects. One was a soccer managerial game for the Italian market, and I've been working for the SBK. Maybe some of you has seen it. And I was responsible for the 3-year strategical plan, branding and licensing. At a certain point, I got completely crazy, and I've taken a one-way ticket to Moldova. So, Pusare, Variante, everything was fine. So I decided to open my own company here, which is called O-Farm. Actually, we are not a game developing company in the strict meaning. We are a digital agency. We are doing web, mobile game, of course, and digital marketing. And here are a few brands with which we have been working. In terms of game development, we have done something like 100 of games and several gaming platforms for different startups. So I'm really happy with my choice, I would say. So, okay, let's talk about games, of course, and how games can be used to by brands in general terms. Everybody thinking about other games, but we'll see in a moment that it's not the only reality. Before doing that, in any case, we need to consider something. We are no more just human beings. We are consumers, we are Facebook users. Is here anybody that doesn't have a Facebook account? Okay. You? Okay. We are mobile users and we are gamers. And brands know about it. They know that we are not only human beings. The second thing is why games? Because this is the most important question. And the reason is that while we are playing and we level up, we complete a mission, we score on FIFA or whatever, in our brain it starts a really important reaction. And we are actually creating a couple of, I would call them natural drugs, which are endorphins and dopamine. Endorphins are the things that are giving us this feeling of satisfaction, like, wow, I've scored a goal. Dopamine instead is a very important sticker for information and changing behavior. So think, brands want everything from us like this. So to feel satisfied about them, to learn something, learn their values, learn about their brand, recognize it, and to change behavior. So to buy a product, their product instead of another. The golden rule about designing games for brands is keep it simple, stupid. I think you are too young to remember about this group, but okay. And the reason is that simplicity makes us change behaviors. I have a problem. Everything is Russian. Can anybody help me, maybe?
Ce să faci?
Să pornească, nu știu ce...
Ce... F5, ce zice? Asta?
Aha.
Sau... Focus slider.
So I'm not really lucky. Maybe I will tell you back.
Okay. Then...
Oh, space.
So, back to the topic. Basically, games for brands can be designed for different purposes and addressed to different audiences, like marketing, so to customers, if I want to sell more, to you can develop training games, which are also called serious games, and HR games. This is just 3 examples of games that we can develop and that can be used within an organization to vehiculate somehow some messages. So talking about other games is something that you have seen, and it's pretty common. So brands, they want one and only thing from us: to buy their products. So to do so, we needed to recognize very quickly their brand when we see it, and the games are a useful tool to make so, because actually we are exposed to a brand for 3 minutes averagely while the gameplay, and during these 3 minutes we are developing in our brain dopamine, which is actually sticking the image of the brand in our brain. They use also this for marketing research, because when you press that blue button, connect with Facebook, you're actually giving them a lot of information, like what's your name, what's your age, your gender, at what time you are playing, how many times, and actually also, I would say, which are your preferences, if you are a US user or a PC user or an Android user. But also they can be used to add value to existing products. Some products are not actually nice, so they need to have a digital adornment. So I'll give you a couple of examples. A few years ago we started a project with Cyprus Airways, and actually they were having 3 main problems. The first one was the Facebook page was absolutely no fun. Second problem is that a lot of people in Cyprus were going to the airport with 50 kilos baggage, and that's actually not okay, because the maximum amount of kilos is 20. And the third one is that they wanted to design a new campaign and they didn't know what color to use. So with this game they solved everything because they got 10,000 of funds in 1 week, 10 days, which is kind of an important number if we are talking about Cyprus, which is actually as large as Moldova. At the very beginning of the game, a user was asked to select the color of their luggage, so red, green or blue. So they decided which one was the color that was more attractive to users. And with the simple drag and drop stuff, they educate users about this 20 kilo thing. The next example is instead how to add the value to an existing product. So this was for an English publisher. They actually made, I would say, very ugly toy for kids. But the experience they created was very nice. So within every single blister, every single package, there was a code that kids could insert, so to extend their playing experience even online. And having competitions and some other stuff. So brands are not good people. They wanted to know the email address of their mothers to send again advertisements to understand better about their behaviors. Another, let's say, sector in which games can be used within an organization is training games. So they can be used for e-learning, for corporate tournaments, and for simulation. I will make you a very quick example. This game looks absolutely ugly, and it was, I think, one of the most difficult games we have been developing. It was done for INC Pharma, which is a big multinational pharmaceutical company, which has offices in 40 countries, and they are actually building the database of patients that will test a medicine. And this operation is very, very complicated. So they want to have actually a tool which allowed them to train their project managers to allocate the right resources, the right number of database builder, programmers, data entry people, in such a way that the customer was happy and the management was not getting crazy about the very high cost. They made something very smart. Actually, they were making a weekly competition, and the one that was solving the problem in the best way was winning the Free Friday. So actually it was not going to work. And they have seen a lot of people playing this game, because of course having Free Friday is the dream of every employee. They succeeded actually to have feedbacks from their employees about how they are playing, how they are advancing, and how the maturity became a game within a very serious organization. You sure?
Next thing.
Да. Я себе каза. He stops.
This slider or
There is some time. No, first before this one.
yeah. Okay, now it's going here. Can you
Check.
need it?
The one I need.
No. Yes.
Yes, but again, it's not showing. next one.
Next? Can you not click on the recent case only?
No, you click only this. Okay, in any case, there.
Okay, we had another break. So the last chapter of the story. It's about HR, so recruitment. Actually, I think that it's not a matter to be a rock star to play good music. You can find other good people, join together, and having the same mindset, the same attitude, you will work in a very good way. So we cooperated actually with startups, which is actually not a startup, but they have 50 employees right now, and to create this game. Actually is very simple. You have to create a structure to reach this rotary sun, this circle in the middle. And it's kind of simple, I guess, right? So we have two opportunities. This is a way to build the structure. As you see, we have 42 seconds remaining, and there are a lot of collapsed nodes, and most probably a lot of clicks. In this moment, this game tracks about 100 different parameters to make the potential employers understand which is your mindset. So in this particular case, which was played by me, it shows that I just run, because there is still a lot of time remaining, and there is not a very precise construction. This is a second example, which is played by me, and it's something completely different. You see, you have 7 seconds remaining, and the structure is very steady. It means that, for instance, I am a precise person, and I pay attention to deadlines. This is, according to my point of view, this is very important, even when you will plan to develop a commercial game, because by analyzing the behavior of your customers, of your players, you will have an understanding, a better understanding about what they are doing. Of course, it's true, everything is about numbers, and tracking the behaviors is one of them. It's a very important matter. I will not talk very much about gamification, otherwise the projector will stop again. So I will just hint you to read a bit more about gamification, which is also a very interesting topic, and above all, to test your idea in terms even of game design, to check this. There is a gamification framework which is called Octalitus, and you can find it online, and it's pretty interesting. I thank you for very much.
Thank you very much, Riccardo. If someone has questions, okay, please. Much louder or just a second?
Dzień dobry.
Добрый день, у меня 2 вопроса. I have 2 questions. First question is how you are expanding your client base. I mean, like your clients know, for example, I can do a video game, but it's hard to get the right clients.
Usually when my friends ask me about this, I tell that I have a beautiful smile, but I think it's not the right way to answer. It's a matter of networking. I think that I started in a certain company. As I was telling at the very beginning, I created a certain network of people. I started working, let's imagine that the first, maybe the second website I have done was for Mortal Kombat Deception. So I started actually to build my network little by little.
And the second question is, I guess you use some JavaScript frameworks or libraries. Could you tell which is your favorite libraries in JavaScript?
I don't use anything because I don't understand Nimik about technology. So I just have my smile and I sell to customers. And I cannot answer to you to this question, unfortunately.
Someone have more questions? We have
Thank
a
you.
beautiful smile, and thank you very much.